Right, PBL track and field cross country alumni. We are here in the PBL studio, improvised. And our guest this afternoon is the one and only Lester Sander. And this is Where Are They Now? So I'm going to ask Lester some questions about what he's been up to since his state medal winning days at PBL. So I'll give that little intro and I'll let Lester take it. Lester, you're going to start with who you are when you graduated, kind of a little bit of your experience in PBL track and cross, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, Mr. Pacey. Of course, I had to rep PBL. Here's a throwback cross country shirt from sometime in high school. Dinosaur ages now a few years ago. But so yeah, my name's Lester. I graduated in 2016. And now currently I'm at Baylor University, set to graduate in a few months in December 2020. So looking forward to that. Um, but yeah, ran cross country, ran track all 4 years of high school, ran most of junior high as well. If I recall, Mr. Pacey actually one day in seventh grade, I think at that point I wasn't running yet, and you came up to a few people out on the during recess or something, and you came over and pulled a few of us aside and told us to join cross country. So that's how I ended up joining cross country.
That sounds
Um,
like, yeah, probably like you and Paul Bigham and some guys like that just kind of got corralled into it. So,
yeah.
recruiting.
Oh yeah. So yeah, started sometime in junior high and yeah, just enjoyed it, kept doing it. I also sat the bench in basketball a few years, so that's what encouraged me to pick up winter running at that point too. I think I played basketball until end of sophomore year.
Cool. Yeah, it's interesting because I think as we do more of these, we'll see like kind of a multi-sport athlete kind of crew, and then a group that was kind of more just running. So it's kind of good to have kind of a mix to start the show. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Baylor, maybe kind of what you're studying, what your plans are moving forward.
Yeah, so right now I'm in the sports strategy and sales major at Baylor. So basically, it puts you on the fast track to have a career in the world of sports. Like for me, I want to work. I want to work in baseball. It's always been like a far out dream I had since beginning of high school. So like now this upcoming summer, if there is a baseball season, I'll be working with the Arizona Diamondbacks on the season ticket acquisition and retention side. So I mean that's anything from contacting new businesses, looking at for some kind of new business, baseball wise. But yeah, that's kind of up in the air right now because of COVID. So we'll see where that goes. But tentatively, I'll be in Phoenix. And then some of the stuff I do at Baylor right now, I'm a tour guide. I started that January 2019. So I've been doing that for a little over a year. Uh, Also, I'm a pod leader in our S3 major, which means I basically, talk to incoming students about the major. I'm like kind of an advocate in the business school in that way. I'm like the S3, I guess you call it like the team captain kind of thing.
Cool, cool. So you got kind of a mix then of sports and marketing and a little tourism. It sounds like thrown in there. So that's
Mhm.
cool. A lot of interaction with people and a lot of cool opportunities, hopefully for you down the road. So one of many grads we have working in professional sports these days. It's quite a list. So that list is growing. So we're glad to see you on that path. Um, We'll go back real quick to the time at PBL. If you want to talk about stuff that maybe you're most proud of at PBL, and it doesn't have to be track and cross country. And then we'll also talk a little bit about kind of your favorite memories of just like being with guys on the team and just the general experience of track and cross. Just you only have so much time. We could probably sit here and talk for an hour, and hopefully all the stories are. We're a family audience, obviously. So, but just give us a little idea of what the experience was like, and then kind of what you're proud of, and maybe what some of you and your teammates remember the most.
Yeah, well, I mean, definitely the first thing that comes to mind is Phil Collins in the Air Tonight drum solo before every cross country and track meet. Uh, so I mean, if you don't know what that drum solo is, go look it up first. Like pause this interview of sorts and go listen to that. Um, but also, I remember just a really great team memory we had was senior year. We won our fifth straight sectional in track and field, so that was a really cool moment. Then obviously after sectionals, we ended up going to the state meet. 4x4, 4x8 relay. We both won medals. Second day of state meet there, so those are some good team memories. Um, on a personal level, it was my goal to break the 400 school record. I mean, kind of circled that sophomore year. Really wanted to do that. Didn't quite get there. I think I finished third. I mean, somewhere along the lines. I got close, but couldn't
Yeah,
quite go under 51.
yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. If we can get Steve Buckles on here, we'll have to hear what he says about it. We'll see if we can get him on here. I might pull some strings. Who knows? But that'd be cool. It'd be interesting to see his perspective on it because um, I'm sure he doesn't really consider himself as a 400-meter guy. He's a 100 and 200-meter state champ. So I'd be interested to see his kind of perspective of, I don't know if he circled the 400 as something he wanted to break, but that's cool that you shared like that personal like goal setting piece, just from a kid starting out in the program to a guy that won, two relay medals as a senior. It's a long transition period, I guess.
Hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember. I think it was. I mean, freshman sophomore year indoor track season. Just worked really hard. Didn't really I mean, like we'd compete at the Armory meets, and maybe we'd have a few different relay teams. But like whenever we went down to EIU for indoor season, wasn't really on any of the varsity relay teams. Just kind of was there as an alternate or backup. So I mean, just really, I guess, put in the time, get better, listen to coaches because we have some of the best coaches around the area. So maybe you take their word of advice and you work hard every day. There's a lot of good things that can come from it.
Any advice for current student athletes at PBL, like academically or maybe track cross country wise? I know you kind of touched on it already, but maybe something that you wish you would have known in high school that you've kind of learned now that you're out in the post high school world.
Um,
Which on the
Well, I mean, I feel like in anything you do, you just need to go out there and have a good mindset going into it. I think that was something, sometimes I would psych myself out for a workout before it even started. I thought, oh, I remember mile repeats and K repeats. Whenever we do those, I just always would strike some kind of chord in me. Wouldn't really look forward to it as much because I was more the short distance person back in high school. But I guess yeah, just go into it with a good mindset, be ready to work hard. Like I said, I mean, you have some of the best coaches and people out there giving you advice at PBL, so just listen to what coaches are throwing out, be willing to work hard and go from there.
Gotcha. Hey, I think you made me figure out who my next guest is going to be because you were talking about a workout and like mindset and like how to approach it. I don't remember. Were you there for Hurricane Isaac 400s at Pell's Park?
Oh
Were you-
yeah, I do. Oh yeah.
okay, so we might have to have maybe I can get Josh Percato and Nick Porter and maybe even Hayden Young on here to talk about that one. But that it rained more during that workout than I think any other time I've ever been in track and field or cross country. That was brutal. But hey, you guys were the ones running it, not me. So I appreciate that.
And honestly, those workouts were some of the most fun. Like that, I remember there's another workout, like it started hailing on us. And I mean, like it wasn't like life threatening hail, but I mean, like it just kind of stung after a couple minutes. So, I mean, just little memories like that, I guess.
Yeah. So if we bring like sprinters and jumpers on this show, they're going to think all the distance people are crazy. So we'll have to have a mix of track and field athletes on here. But hey, Lester, great to see you as always. Man, it's
Likewise, Pacinator.
it's awesome. So thanks for being our guest today, and we'll see you soon. I'll stop the recording and we'll wrap it up. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Pacey.